My name is Tatiana and you are watching YouTube channel You Can. Today is May 6, 2023 and I'm located in central Pennsylvania Zone 6B. Today's video is about planting black raspberry plants. Let's get these darlings planted. This is our existing black raspberry patch, and there's an empty space here that we will fill with 3 more black raspberry plants. FYI, the most ideal time to plant plants like raspberries, trees, or shrubs is actually fall. But you can plant them in the spring and they will grow. But in the most ideal settings, fall is the best time to plant your plants. By the way, we will be selling black raspberry plants and a whole bunch of other plants come fall, and the link is in the description. You can pre-order for your fall planting. Now let's get down here and see what we have going on. As you can see, there's quite a bit of weeds in this bed, and the reason why you don't want to plant plantings into a weedy bed is because all plants require sunlight and water to grow and to thrive. So when you have a transplanted plant like raspberries or anything for that matter, their root system is very underdeveloped, so they will be for the first couple weeks at least, it will be very hard for them to compete with stuff like this for nutrients and water and sunlight. And weeds can basically choke out any new plantings that you plant if you do not remove them. So it is important to get weeds out before you plant anything new in. Black raspberries like well-drained soil that's nutrient dense. So this place that we have here is ideal because it's on a slope, so everything kind of slopes away from here, and even if we get a lot of rain, this area never turns into like a boggy, swampy, overly wet area. Raspberries will not do well in any soil that retains moisture for extended periods of time. If you have any standing water, do not plant raspberries in that area because they will rot out. They need loamy soil, nutrient-dense soil, but soil that is very well drained. Our neighbor on his chopper, very loud but very entertaining for our boys. There was a question on one of the previous videos on the black raspberry plant care. Someone had asked about what we use to fertilize the soil. So we use wood chips to mulch, and I'm talking like that much wood chips. And they're wood chips that have been laying for 1 season. So they are broken down really well. They're not fresh wood chips. And we also use chicken manure because we have chickens to, first we put chicken manure and then we put wood chips. Because wood chips, even though they are, kind of composted already, they still take a lot of nitrogen from the soil to break down. So chicken manure helps to kind of even that out. We also have a wood burning stove, and we use the potash from that and put that on the bed. And that's generally done like right now. Once we get this planted, we will go through and we will fertilize the rest of the row, and that's all for the season. Sometimes in midsummer, we will make a compost tea and we will just water the area through, like the entire row of black raspberries. But that's all we do for fertilizing. So we have drip irrigation here in this patch. And the reason is during the summer, usually right around the time that the berries are really filling up and at that stage where they need to grow to become plump, delicious, ripe berries, we have a dry spell. So it is extremely important to have a watering system of some sort that you can water your plants. Otherwise, if you live in an area where you get, drier summers or spells in the summer that are very dry, you're going to have tiny little shriveled up, half dry, poor flavor berries. So what we have here is a drip irrigation pipe, and then out from the main pipe there are these drip irrigation little pipes with these I don't even know what they're called, like little nozzles, I guess. We had tried throwing a drip irrigation line that was like one of these sweat hoses, and that didn't work out because our water is hard. And even though we have a water softener for in the house, there's just no way you're going to soften the water if you're watering your garden. It will just take too much, and it's not the best for the plants to water them with water that went through a water softener. This is a quick one for everyone who's going to be doing this. You'll need a pressure reducer on your drip irrigation. This pipe has the pressure that we have in the house. If you don't put a pressure reducer on your drip irrigation, your fittings and everything will just fly off. So you have to have a pressure reducer, but the pressure is important that comes from the house. It's important to have high pressure because you need to push all this water through so many feet of piping, especially if you're, having a big area that you're irrigating. So this thing is very important. There's going to be a link in the description where you can get these things, where we got ours. Time for some helpers. There's lots of bugs and ant eggs and different insects that range from beneficial to extremely harmful. So these little hennies will come out and help us take care of the nuisance in our black raspberry patch. Time to rake this weed-free strip. It's important to level out the space you're planting in. It makes the area a lot nicer to maintain and take care of in the future, and also is a lot easier to plant when you can see that everything's leveled out. But these little birds, chickens are birds. They have powerful feet, and they can destroy your flower bed in a matter of seconds, literally seconds. But they are a big help in the garden. Now, planting time. We got everything cleared from the weeds, got raked, and now I will dig a hole where we will plant one of these. Now, we got a different variety of black raspberries, and I will just put it right into the same row as my original black raspberries are. So roughly 3 to 4 feet. I kind of eyeball it to get the distance from the plant that I already have planted. So what you need to do is dig a hole first. So the hole I dug is probably about 12, 14 inches deep, and probably 24 or so, actually maybe 18 or 20 inches in diameter. Essentially, if you have poor soil and compacted soil, you need to dig a hole probably double the size and put compost, good soil into the hole before you plant, and then plant the plant into it. But because this patch has been here for a long time, it's very well fertilized. The soil is extremely loamy. It has lots of compost in it already. I'm not going to be doing it. But if you are planting into compacted clay soil, this depth of a hole will not be enough to give your plants a good start. They will root. Plants just do that, but the chances that they will thrive are much lower than if you make a good sized hole, put lots of compost and organic material into the hole, and then make a place to plant your plant. So we figured out the variety that we have is the Jewel Black Raspberry, and we decided to try and add a couple different varieties to our patch, and we got those hands are mean. We got the Bristol Black Raspberry, and we'll just add that variety to our collection. So these plants came as bare root plants in a box with some paper shreds, and we didn't have a chance to plant them immediately upon arrival, so we put them into these boxes with some soil so that they wouldn't die. But this is what we got. You can see there's growth here on the sides here, and got the roots. So what I'm going to do is I will break up these big chunks of soil and take out any roots of weeds that I may find. The hen will pick out the earthworms. Yes, they're beneficial, but they don't eat all of the earthworms. And I will just mix this soil with the potting soil that we had in the planter with this plant. And then I'll just set them here very shallow. I'm talking like probably 3 inches into the soil. And then I will push the soil on the roots around. Break up any clumps of soil that may appear. And that is it. Now this needs to be protected from the hens, because as you can see, this mademoiselle is digging with her chicken feet, and she will dig this plant out if it is not protected. Chickens tend to go wherever there's any freshly upturned soil. They will go and they will dig looking for bugs and whatnot. So if I let her here, as you can see, she will eventually dig this plant out, and it will die because the roots will dry out, and yeah, the plant will not be able to put itself back into the soil to grow. So that. I don't have chicken wire, I had this, scraps of this. So I'm just basically overlapping it a bit and then using these open spikes to basically secure the end, secure this wire on its own self. You don't have to have the thing very tall. This is plenty. I'll just push it into the soil, and then I'll go around the sides and just kind of rake the soil up around it so the chickens can't like swoop this wire away with their feet when they're digging, like here, let's say. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.